What's up, guys? Welcome to Wednesday night studio sessions. Who do we got in the house? We got Midwest Drones. We got Brent Newman. Bertram Photography. Nice. What's up, guys? So, Bertram Photography, I'm in the middle of making a video for you. I went around the clubhouse of my apartment complex and I took a bunch of 360 photos with my Insta361 X. And so I'm planning on putting a video together later on this week for you. But had some pretty cool results, so I'm excited. Brent Newman, cold in Kansas. What's up, Foul Fish? Man, it's cold here. It was like 14 degrees this morning, and then I think the high was like 31. And in Nashville, we get weird weather. We get like hot weather, and then we get cold weather. Wait a couple minutes, it's hot again. So it's been a little weird here. I really wanted to fly my drones, but I can't fly my drones when it's windy. And then I had my Paradenofi the other day. I tried to take it off, and it said, it was too cold, and all I wanted to do was take like one picture. So I went in my car, and I heated up the battery for about 10 minutes, and then I flew up before the battery could get cold again, and then I flew back down. So it's probably not the best, probably not the safest way to fly, but it went pretty good. So what's up, guys? What do you guys want to talk about? Everybody's talking about how cold it is. Oh, I see Midwest went and subbed to everybody. I want to go ahead and let you guys know that we're going to try to create a community around here where we can, you know, find like-minded people. And so if you guys would check out each other's channel, and if you like it, subscribe. That would be wonderful. I'm up to, I think, 3,200 subscribers now. But this time, about a year ago, I was pushing 800 subscribers, and they took my monetization away. YouTube did, and then it was kind of a struggle to get up to 1,000. But I think if all of us support each other, then I think that would benefit everybody. And you don't have to necessarily click the bell for everybody if you know, if you don't want notifications all the time, but you know, subscriptions help. Any positive push to let YouTube know that we're legit is a good thing. Uh-oh, Brent Newman said something, then he took it back. What'd he say? I don't know. What's up, Cloud 2 Ground Aerial Photography? Wow, that's a big name. Aerial Photography, that's awesome. I like the name Cloud 2. Cloud to Ground. I like that. So you're in the clouds and you're looking down. 29 degrees in Virginia. It's supposed to be sub-zero soon. Yeah, we were supposed to have this like apocalyptic snowstorm, and my wife and our kids, they didn't have to go to school all week, but it was due to sickness. It wasn't due to weather. Usually if a snowflake is in the sky, the kids are out of school. So it's kind of funny. I'm from Indiana, so that kind of stuff never happened in Indiana. Midwest Drones, UPS delivered my Typhoon H Plus about 2 hours ago. Well, what are you doing here? Go fly it. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. You got to charge it first. Maybe. I don't remember if I had to charge mine or not. I think I did. Man, I would love to get my unique Typhoon H out again. My H Plus. It's just the weather's been bad here. Oh, Cloud to Ground Lightning. Nice. I like that. That's a cool name. I had a hard time coming up with my name, Shawn Ide Studios, but my parents named me Shawn Ide, so it kind of stuck. So I hope the chat is going to be good for you guys tonight. Something that I forgot to do was change my internet so that this computer gets the most internet. So we're going to do that real quick. So talk amongst yourselves. My wife was in another part of town, and she was bringing me dinner, and so I got dinner like 10 minutes ago. So if I'm a little gassy tonight, if I'm burping, I want to go ahead and apologize for that. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be all respectful and stuff, but, well, you know how the body works. So give me just 1 second. I really want to make sure this chat's good tonight. Alright guys, so this Mac has priority for the next 2 hours. So hopefully we're going to have a good chat. Midwest drones is too cold to fly. Man, I don't know what the drone companies do, but it seems like every time a drone comes out, or it's, everybody's, I know they want to get their drones ready for Christmas, but the drones always come out right before winter, and then I can't fly it for like 4 months. So it's a little crazy. We're gonna check my speed. We're gonna do a speed test real quick. I see that my feed is in the red zone, so I really hope it works for you guys tonight. Friday will be a new month, so we will have faster internet. But we'll see what happens. So, so you retracted your... Oh, that's horrible internet. Alright, I'm going to stop worrying about it. I might have gave the wrong device priority. Nope, that's it. Alright. Too cold to fly today. Excuse me from the bottom of my heart. If it hadn't been a burp, it might have been a fart. That's awesome. I won't have to write that down. That's good stuff. Brett Newman. I got a battery defective error flying my drone in the cold, 31 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 miles per hour wind without battery insulators. Wasn't too smart, but I was desperate for some stick time. I hear you, man. I got the... So, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I got, last month, I believe, I got the Unique Typhoon 4K, which is also the Q500. And I got it for super cheap. I got it for $200, and it's going to be kind of like my stunt dummy drone. It's going to be the drone I do stupid things with. Controlled experiments is what we're going to call it. And I bought it real cheap from a guy, and he didn't really take the best care of it, but all the things that were kind of broken on it were just kind of silly things, like the little battery door was broken, so I spent $2 on Vertigo drones and got a little fix that, and then he had some tape somewhere else on the camera, and I didn't need the pistol grip, so I took the pistol grip apart and put that piece on the drone, so now the camera works fine. And so just some little things, but All right. Woohoo! We're back on. So I took all the priority stuff off because I think that screwed up my internet. So, sounds like we got a lot of droners in here tonight. What are you guys flying? I saw an Anafi in there. Oh, I got to catch up. So yeah, you got a battery defective error, Brent. I had some, I bought that Unique Typhoon H, or no, the Unique Typhoon 4K, and I thought, just since I bought it used and I bought it for so cheap, I thought the battery was bad. So the first thing I did was I bought another battery charger, and it seemed to charge up pretty fine. It has a little puff to it, but flew it on a nice day, and I got, I think, 20 minutes out of it, maybe 18 minutes out of it. So I think it's going to be a good drone, so I'm pretty excited. All right, Midwest, I was freezing up. Cloud 2. Yep, I think it was the priority that really messed us up, guys. So we're going to not do that. I love Google Wi-Fi. I love the ability to be able to turn all my son's internet off when it's bedtime and stuff like that, but it looks like it just screwed the pooch for us, didn't it? Nope, no fiber. Well, there's fiber in Nashville, but there's no fiber at this apartment complex, and the plan is to get a house by summer, guys. So hopefully we'll find a house, and I won't have to be in this tiny little space, and I can do, I can get some fiber on my internet, and all blue skies, guys. Yeah, Bertram's spoiled with his internet. Well, that's good. Everybody's got good internet but me. So it's me and my end. How about some insider How about some insider info for us here in the chat? What do you have planned for upcoming videos? So so Bertram, the video that I have in the mix right now is the one where I took the Insta360 I took this little guy and I went around and I took I'm trying to figure out for you whether or not this would be a good alternative for your real estate, and what I've done is I put the camera in the middle of the room at eye level, and then I put, well, my eye level, it's different for everybody else, but and then I put the camera in the side of the room, and then I took a picture in regular mode and I took a picture in HDR mode. Okay, now the regular mode takes a JPEG and a RAW, and then HDR is a composite of several images. Okay. So the TV was on, so the TV might not turn out very well because the HDR is just going to screw things up there. But the plan is to take those high-res images, whether it be, I'm going to try to use the RAW, and then use my Photoshop skills that I haven't been using lately, and take it. Get a really good image, and then export. And I believe the benchmark was 1,000 by 1,000. So if I can get a good 1,000 by 1,000 pixel image out of it, then I'm going to take that one image, and I'm going to take several 1,000 by 1,000 images, and let's see what that does. And then I'm going to also use the exact same picture. I'm going to take the picture from the middle of the room, and I'm going to do a slow panning video around the entire room, just using Final Cut Pro. So that's the mix. They've announced. I'm trying to remember what the name of the camera was. It was like Matterport. I don't remember what the name of the camera is, but Insta360 just or Insta360 just partnered with I think it's Matterport, and it's basically it's a camera that creates a 3D version of a room based on different images you take, and so you can now do that with the Ricoh Theta V and a Insta360. So I signed up for the beta program to do that. So I don't know when I'll be, if I'll be accepted in the beta program because I'm a YouTuber, but I love the idea of, because I'm interested in DJI mapping, or not DJI, I'm interested in drone mapping, so flying over a property and using all the sensors on the drone to measure the distance from the ground and take a 3D model of a building just using your drone, or of a property, topographical map. I like the idea of that, and I also like the idea of doing that with a 360 camera inside of a property. And I went around and played with one of the demos, and it's really awesome. There's like this beach villa, and you can there's all these little spots on the floor, and you can go to that spot, then you can go to that spot, or you can go all the way over there, and it'll kind of fly you through the room over there. So that's kind of in the mix. Since it's cold outside, those 3 cameras back there are going to probably make up most of my videos for the next couple weeks. I also got this guy. This is from my friend on Facebook, Jean Marie Canny. He made this. It's like a bumper for the Insta360, and it's got a GoPro on this end, and it's got this buckle up here, and then I'm not sure what you do with the holes, but I'm probably going to do a twisty tie in there to keep it shut. And his website is DJI Mounts, but I have a video from last year where I put the Insta360 on a Phantom 4, and because the threading on the Insta360 was not that good, gravity basically just made it unscrew itself. So that was exciting. So I'm not really trusting the what's going on with the threading anymore, so that's why I got the GoPro version. And then I don't know if you guys saw a video I got the really long 3-meter selfie stick, so I'm going to be doing stuff with that. I'm thinking about doing like a selfie video of my Jeep, just kind of driving around town with my Insta360 camera hanging off of the front of it. But I got to do it on a cloudy day because the shadows will just look weird on my hood. So, all right, what else we got going? So Midwest Drones has the Autel Evo. Nice. I haven't flown an Autel yet. What do you think of the Autel Evo? Mavic 2 Pro. There's the Mavic 2 Pro in Nashville for sale for $1,000 right now, and I really, really want it, but I've got other bills to pay, so I can't get it. I'm like looking around, what can I sell so that I can get my hands on the Mavic 2 Pro? But and Midwest has the Typhoon H Plus. Nice. That's what I got. Douglas from Japan dropping in here. Here you're all chatting about tonight. It's Thursday morning in Japan. That is so crazy that we're talking to people all the way across the world. I love the internets. Cloud to ground aerial photography. Anafi guys, what have you done that is unique to the ability to look up? Cloud to ground. The thing that I love is the panorama mode, and before there was even a panorama mode, I was doing panoramas looking up with the Anafi. I have some mixed feelings about looking up all the time, because I flew, I'm trying to think what I flew under. It was under a bridge or something. And when I went under the bridge, it was like, no GPS. And I was like, oh crap. And I didn't even think about, you don't think about the fact that you don't ever look up on any of the other drones, so you never fly under stuff. Yeah, I flew through this tunnel, and it was like, oh. And I mean, I'm skilled enough that I made it back out of the tunnel, but it was like, you're flying blind right now. Douglas Bruce. What's up, Douglas? Anafi looking up, flying along a path inside a bamboo forest and looking up at the rays of the sun sparkling. Oh, that's a cool shot. But that is fun. We have a lot of bamboo here at our zoo, and it's just this beautiful, beautiful area that and I think it is the Japanese part of the zoo, because it's got like koi ponds and stuff like that. So we got 6 people in the chat. We had 9 people in here, but my stupid internet got all flaky. So I apologize for that, guys. We had a snow day today, and the whole family's here at home. So I got my kids playing video games. I got my wife watching a video on Netflix or something, and so our internet is split 4 ways. And my cat's probably using the internet somehow. Virtual photography. I took the Anafi and shot straight up under a long pergola that had really interesting vines weaving through the slats on top. That's nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I think the Anafi has some really, really interesting perspectives that you can do. Something I was thinking about with the photography, if you're good enough to fly it inside, and you fly it from the first floor up to the second floor, like maybe you have a big open foyer, you could fly it up from the first floor up to the second floor. You can start out looking up and then come down with the camera. That might be a cool shot. Midwest Drones. I love the Evo. Quick to launch. I carry it with me to work, and if I see something I want to fly, I can jump up in the air and just get a couple minutes. That's awesome, man. Yeah. I love my Unique Typhoon H Plus, but it's big. And I always have it on me in kind of warm weather. Like I always just keep it in the back seat. But that's something that's awesome about these tiny drones that still have amazing capabilities. 4K video and flight modes, and I think it's amazing that you can fit those things in your bag and go. I have this bag. This is kind of the bag that I take with me. It's just a little Swiss bag, but in this bag I've got all kinds of tripods. I've got the Anafi in here, and then most days I have this little case, and I'll do a review on this case. This case is awesome, and I'm going to open it up, but you guys aren't going to be able to really see what's in it. But it's got a place for the Wi-Fi, adapter. This is a place for the wheel, and this is a place for the GoPro mount for the DJI Osmo Pocket. Then the Osmo Pocket goes in here, and the way I've got it set up over here is my other little mount that I can put a tripod. I can put the Osmo Pocket on a tripod, goes here. Then my GoPro Hero 7 goes here, and my Insta360 One X goes there. And that is like the dream team for me, guys. Not necessarily on, like, I'm going to start using my big camera again, because you know, I've been kind of doing storytelling videos lately, and I haven't really, you know, tried to be awesome. I've tried to, you know, just, you know, my time's been limited. It's winter and it's cold, and I don't want to spend 10 minutes setting up my camera and my tripod and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of want to get the video for you guys and then go. And I've been putting, I think, way too much faith in the DJI Osmo Pocket to get a good video for you guys. So I'm almost done with the DJI Osmo Pocket, even though from a business standpoint, I'm actually getting a lot of views because of that camera, just because it's fresh and that's what's on people's minds. So I'm going to still do videos about it, but it's about time to go back to doing, you know, some good concentrated videos with the with my big old Canon camera that I bought. So so yeah, but I think as far as like a kind of a mobile blog, these three cameras is everything that you would ever need. You've got the 360 camera to get some really cool shots, you know, and maybe just set it up and worry about framing your shot later. GoPro Hero never lets me down. The GoPro Hero 7 has amazing stabilization. It takes a beautiful video, and I don't have to worry about it going out of focus. And the audio is good, so it's an overall really good video. And then the DJI Osmo Pocket is just cool. So I'm going to get some really cool B footage out of it. I don't think it's ever going to be an A cam. The breathing, the autofocus, I fixed the autofocus, but I mean, I got it good enough, but even the good enough video still has some issues. And then, like, it's mental sometimes. It's like, if it's tracking you, sometimes, even in my low light test, it had a perfectly, like, everything was in focus, everything was lit well, and all of a sudden it just went away. It just moved and just lost me. So I can't deal with a camera that just sometimes works. It has to just work all the time. I don't have time to take 6 takes on my lunch break. Sorry, I'm rambling and I'm not reading your guys' comments. Midwest Drones, I love the Evo, quick to launch. Okay, oh, I already read that one. Bertram Photography. Now I have something to try out this weekend. I have never flown the Anafi indoors, where I assume there will be no GPS. Help. Yep, there won't be any GPS. And, you know, make sure, Bertram, make sure that you have it in film mode so that it's not, so that your movements are not so crazy. And then, excuse me. And then, you know, I would fly it indoors in open area first, just to see what your Anafi is going to do. Okay. Because you want to make sure that it's not going to, because inside it should do pretty good, because there's sensors on the bottom of the drone, but because you know, the Parrot Bebops fly inside great. But yeah, you won't have GPS lock, but you also won't have wind to deal with. You also, you know, conditions inside are a lot easier to fly in than conditions outside. Midwest Drones. I was hoping Autel would announce a 1-inch sensor at CES. Yep, 1-inch sensors are nice, man. My Unique Typhoon H Plus is beautiful camera. Beautiful camera. And I really want to try the DJI drone out. Bertram. How is the focus breathing on the Osmo been since you did that video? It's been okay. There are just several things that can just go wrong on the camera, so I don't like how it's a fiddly little camera. I don't like it. I don't like how, like, if you guys go back and watch the big long selfie stick, I think it's my last video I put up. I did that video with the GoPro Hero 7, and so I had it. This was my setup. I had the GoPro Hero 7, okay, and then I had the DJI Osmo Pocket, okay, and the DJI Osmo Pocket was following me around, and it was awesome, but it kept losing me, guys. So and I thought I was going to use the video from the DJI Osmo Pocket, but the only thing I used from the DJI Osmo Pocket, the audio was better from the DJI Osmo Pocket because I put it closer to me. So I used the video from the GoPro, and I used the audio from the DJI Osmo Pocket. And like, when I was editing my video, and I almost put at the beginning of the video, and I was like, I got mad. That fiddly little camera, it lost me, and so I had to. So if you watch that video, you'll notice my eyes will move up and down, and it's because I kind of don't know which camera to look at. So, I think the DJI Osmo Pocket's cool, but I will probably won't use it as a real camera anymore. I might do it as, like, you know, just if I want to, you know, like those little minute clips, like right before this live feed, I was telling you guys I was going to do a live feed. I'll use it for things like that. And I think maybe like in the car, I have a video coming up similar to my Echo Dot in the car, but it's using the Ro Vivo little Alexa in-car thing, and I'll probably use it for that, but it's a fiddly little camera. My super long invisible Insta360 stick, man, that thing is so cool. I went on my lunch break, and I spent 20 minutes zip tying it to my luggage rack on top of my Jeep, and I was going to do a kind of a selfie stick of my car, and I got the Insta360 out of my bag, and it wasn't charged. So bad. I was like, oh! But now that I know how to zip tie it to my luggage rack, we're all good. But that's coming up. I definitely want to do some things with the invisible selfie stick. I don't think walking around anywhere is going to be that great. I can definitely see using it at like a concert, like an outdoor concert, you know, sticking the Insta360 up in the air. I think that would be really cool. And I also think like zip tying it to the corner of something, like, you know, if you're in an auditorium, and then, like, you know, sticking it out over the balcony and zip tying it, or you know, in an atrium. Like here in Nashville, we have the Opryland Hotel has this beautiful atrium, and I think it'd be cool to use it there to get, like photos and video. Autel 1-inch sensors long overdue. I agree. Actually, I haven't really played with Autel, so I can't. I love the color. I love that they're orange. But maybe I should get an Autel. If anybody wants to send me an Autel, I'll fly it. Midwest Drones. How big is the Anafi compared to the Evo and the Mavic 2 Pro? Alright, so here's the paired Anafi. There's a large Coke. Paired Anafi is about the size of a water bottle. And I even went to Walmart to see if I could find a metal, like Yeti or something, to use as a case, like a hard case for my paired Anafi. But yeah, the paired Anafi folds up to about the size of a water bottle. And I think it's about the same size as the Mavic Air, but the Mavic Air is a little shorter and fatter, and the paired Anafi is thinner and longer. So I think it's longer than the DJI Mavic Air. But it's a tiny little drone. And in my bag I can fit my Mavic Air and my paired Anafi in that tiny little backpack. I love it. Midwest Drones, like DJI Spark size, but the arms folded tight. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so the Spark, yeah, I'd say it's a little bit longer than the Spark, but it might be the same length as the Spark with the arms out. But the Spark, the arms don't come in. So, yeah. Bertram, or sorry, Midwest, the paired Anafi is a great little drone. What a lot of people complain about is the fact that it doesn't have any sensors on it compared to the Mavics and the even the Spark. I think the Spark has more sensors on it than the paired Anafi does. But the paired Anafi, but I mean, it sounds like you've got several drones, so you already know how to fly them. The big thing is, like, brand new consumers that fly drones, they might have issues, but I mean, I learned how to drive on a stick, and then driving automatic was super easy. And I've driven automatics more in my life, just because of traffic and stuff. But I think it'd be smarter to learn how to fly a drone that doesn't have a bunch of sensors all over it than it would be to trust somebody with a drone that has all these sensors, and then they go out and do something stupid with it, And a lot of times my sensors will get in my way. I was doing a video, what was it? It might have been the Mavic Air, and I was doing so my microphone wasn't working, so I was just using the microphone on the camera, or sorry, on my iPhone, and the beeping of the Mavic Air telling, like, I was trying to play around with the APAS and fly around the tripod, and it was like just beeping and insanely annoying. So, and then I think my Spark would just stop when it was getting too close to something. So it would, like, there were times when a bug would fly in front of it, and it would stop, like a big June bug. So, and there's video of the June bug, and then, like, I know why it stopped, and so just little things like that. Bertram Photography. I do wish the price of the enough free batteries would come down a bit. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Batteries are so expensive. You think about what goes into making a drone, and like, there's a tiny little motherboard. There's, you know, the camera and the gimbal, and then there's a battery. And like, so the Parrot and Offie, I think the batteries are so expensive on the Parrot and Offie is because, you know, it's a battery, but it's also a smart battery, and it even has the balancer, the load balancer, built into the battery. So I think that's why they're so expensive, because half the drone is that battery, you know? I mean, I guess you got the motors too. Those are technical. So, let's see how we're doing on health. So we got green bars, so that's a good thing. We got 5 people in here. Man, I'm frustrated that the 9 people went down to 5 because of my internet, but it's all right. And looks like we've almost been going for an hour, so that's good. It's been a healthy live stream. I remember a couple live streams that I did, and that was kind of before I was promoting my live streams and all that. But man, there'd be me and one other guy just hanging out, just talking. So it's nice that there are several people in here, and it's good to see people coming back. That makes me feel good. That you know, it gives me purpose. Oh, Bertram, let me get it. Ooh, I got all red. Why am I all red? I don't know why I'm all red. But this is the Canon Vixia GX10. It's a camcorder, and there's a lot of people out there that are like, I can't believe you're using a camcorder. Don't we have like mirrorless cameras now and all that stuff? But I started my channel on a Sony AX33, little tiny 4K video camera, and what I loved about it is it had this Boss system in it, where the lens had a gimbal on it. And I don't understand why not every camera has that now. But it was super smooth video camera, and then I started trying to be cool and trendy like all the other YouTubers, and so I got, you know, little mirrorless cameras. I got this one too. This is the EOS M6. It's a little. Is it a Micro Four Thirds? I don't think so. I think it's. I do think the sensor's a Micro Four Thirds. Either that or a 1/2 But what I love about this little camera is the viewfinder flips up the screen on it, and it's just a tiny little camera. The only downside is it only shoots 1080. So I've moved to 4K on my channel, and I played around with the M50 for a little bit, and So the plan is I'm selling this right now. I'm about to sell this camera and buy the Canon M50, and then that'll give me a 4K camera. I know the focus isn't that great on the M50, but the M50 will do everything that camera does, plus 4K if I get the 4K right. But it'll probably be just as frustrating as the DJI Osmo Pocket. But I love Canon's color science, and I'm playing around with the Panasonics, and there's nothing that the Panasonics do that, as far as video goes, that makes me want to use them over. And I know, Bertram, I think you got a GH5, right? And I don't want to down your camera. I had the G7 for a while, and it was kind of my investment into 4K, my original investment into 4K, and I had some really good looking videos out of that camera. But there were also days that, you know, I do everything on my lunch break, so I don't have much time, and I made a whole video one day and the whole thing was out of focus. Like, the entire video was out of focus. There was probably one little bit of focus in the beginning, and then every time I would like move my hand in front of the camera, all of a sudden I'm out of focus, and it knew where my face was, but it just didn't focus on me. So I think GH5s and a lot of the Panasonic cameras, I don't like the focus. Maybe I'm spoiled with the dual pixel autofocus on the Canons, but there's nothing that compares to it. And that's why I invested in the big GX10, is because it records 4K video for hours. It doesn't record for 30 minutes and then overheat. That's what I liked about the Panasonic cameras. They didn't overheat. So I think the Sony cameras do good, but they haven't figured out how to build a camera without it overheating. And somehow Panasonic's done it. But as far as Canons go, that big one over there, this thing's just a beast. It's got ND filters built in. It's got two full SD cards in it that I can either have video record to both of them at the same time, or I can, when this one's finished, it'll start recording on the next one. You know, it's got a big old honking viewfinder. It just has everything that I need, and it's just a power horse. So that's what I got, and I love it. It's got a really nice wide angle lens on it, so I can go really wide or I can go really tight. Just love it. So let's see what we got going on here, guys. So we still got 6 people in here, so that's good. Yeah. I think I'm going to start coming up with topics whenever I don't have anything to say. We're going to get a lot better at these live streams the more I do them. I will say that I won't be here next week because I will be playing percussion at my son's youth group. So I won't be here. I won't be here Wednesday night, and I think we're practicing Tuesday night, so I won't be here then either. But I might try to do. I might try to do a live stream next week at a different time. I just don't know when. So what do you guys want to talk about? Nobody said much. Who are y'all going for in the Super Bowl? I think that's Sunday, isn't it? My days are all mixed up. I have not tried the Yi 4K action camera, but I have seen some really, really good video from it. Midwest. I don't know how the stabilization is compared to the GoPro Hero 7, because the GoPro Hero 7 stabilization is ridiculous. But I have seen where a guy put the Yi 4K action camera on a gimbal, and then he walked, I think it was across the Brooklyn Bridge. He sent me a link to his video, and it was beautiful. I have a Yi, I did a video a while back, and I have a Yi dash cam that's 2.7K, and the video footage on that is really, really good. And I thought about using it in my car all the time. But so Bertram has one. That's cool. Bertram, do you have the GoPro as well, or do you just have the Yi action camera? I'm curious to see what the difference is. I'm sure there are a lot of differences, but so Bertram, the stabilization on the Yi, is it good? Does it have decent stabilization without the gimbal, or should you get a gimbal with the Yi action camera? I bought it. I bought the gimbal for the Yi 4K action camera, thinking that I could use it with my GoPro, but I couldn't. So I had to send it back. It was one of those. It was like the short gimbal, and I was going to put it on a drone. But I had the GoPro Karma grip, and I think it's amazing. It's different. It's not, it's got kind of, it's more fluid than most of the other gimbals that I have, but it's pretty interesting. Whew, I just yawned. Getting tired. Just the Yi, even though the GoPro Hero 7 is great, I don't have enough need for it to justify the price. I get that. I totally understand. What I usually do with my cameras is I will go. Sorry, I'm gonna take the saturation out. I'm looking all red. Something I like to do is I'll sell my current camera, add $50 to it, or add $100 to it, and then get the next one. So I had the GoPro Hero 6, and then I sold it, and then used that money plus like $50 to get the 7. Steak and shake. He does have okay stabilization, but you need a gimbal for sure. Yeah. But still, I mean, I think that's a good combo. You can get the, oh my gosh, what's the name of that gimbal? Is it Vision? What do I have? I don't remember what the name of my gimbal is. It's been so long. But you can get mobile gimbals for pretty cheap. I see the DJI Osmo Mobile for like $100 all the time on Facebook Marketplace, and then the one I bought was $100 brand new, and you can probably find it for maybe $50 or $60. Is it Vision? Is that the name of it? I don't know what the name of it is. It's in like a silver. Zhiyun. It's a Zhiyun. What's Vision? I don't know. Tech. Is it the Zion? So I got the Zion Crane, and this one, the other one is like the Zion. I don't remember. And I can't even remember where it is. But, well, guys, I am getting tired, and I'm probably boring now. So I don't apologize for that. I think we're going to cut this short. Maybe we're going to go till about 8:15, and then we're going to cut out. There's a used DJI Z3 camera for the Inspire 1 on its way to me. 3.5 times optical zoom and lossless 7 times zoom when shooting in 1080p. Should be fun. That sounds awesome, Brent. I would love to fly the Inspire. I got to hang out with Ken Heron, and he let me man the camera on his Inspire 2, and it was a lot of fun, but it made me dizzy. It's kind of like I've watched some of my 360 videos that I put on, that I've taken from my drones, and I thought they were going to be awesome, but I never thought about, you moving in a direction that your mind doesn't know you're moving into, and it making you nauseous. So I've been doing a lot of VR, and my second YouTube channel, oh my gosh, excuse me, my second YouTube channel is going to be on VR and 3D printing and stuff like that. Everything 3D and 360 degrees and that kind of thing. And so I've been watching a lot of my videos. Like I put a GoPro Fusion up on a Unique Typhoon H and then flew it around. And I thought it was going to be an awesome video, but it just made me sick. So I'm starting to do some field tests of, flying really, really slow. Like you watch, or recording at 60 frames per second and slowing it down to 30 frames per second. But for VR, you kind of want 60 frames per second. So I can fly my Unique Typhoon H Plus really slow. So so I'm playing around with that too. I'm also playing around with VR 180 cameras as well. So that's coming up on the channel. But yeah, that Z3 camera sounds awesome. Is that the Zen Muse? Is that what it's called? When I had my two DJI Osmos, I had a DJI Osmo and a DJI Osmo Plus, and I thought the Plus was going to answer, fix all the issues that I had with the DJI Osmo, and then it didn't. And so I was planning on selling both of those and getting the DJI Osmo Pro with the Zen Muse camera on it. But then I was like, man, I think I just want to get a good camera and a good gimbal. Because I think DJI tries to put too many things in their little gimbals. I think the cameras are okay. I mean, the Inspire has a beautiful camera on it, and that Zen Muse 3 camera is going to be awesome, Brent. But this little DJI Osmo Pocket's It's making my hair fall out, man. Alright guys, so chat seems to be slowing down a little bit. Brent Newman. Yeah! Oh, Brent, what did you have? You had you're putting a LaFleur camera on your Inspire? Is that correct? You're making a mount for your Inspire and you're putting a camera on it, right? Yeah, I'm really getting into 3D printing. I don't have anything available at arm's reach, but I've got my wife's an educator, so I got the educator version of Fusion 360. So I'm starting to design things in that. I designed a bridge last year for my Phantom Pro, or for my Phantom 4. So yeah, I'm gonna start playing around with it. I'm really gonna see if this thing works. I really like to support designers, and I'm really hoping this works, but I might design my own that is a little bit, in my mind, better. Because I think the buckle idea is great, but I almost want to build this piece as one solid piece, and then make this the latch. But anyway, I'm never satisfied, and that's probably why I'm good at what I do. I think if you're complacent or you're satisfied, and I don't think you'll ever grow. So I'm constantly trying to stretch my mind and stretch my creativity, and I think 3D printing is something that's awesome. I used to do I used to build a 3D virtual world for kids called Franktown Rocks, and I was the designer on the project. So I used to use Blender 3D, and I made I made 4 character models, and then put skeletons in them, put walking cycles in them, and then put a whole bunch of cameras around them so I could record them walking in all 6 directions. Is that right? Or 8 directions? It might have been 8 directions. And then I would export, I would export like outline versions of them, bring those frames into Illustrator, and create vector graphics out of those, and then bring them into Flash and turn them into movie clips, and then so I've played around with 3D modeling, and then when I was in college, we did I was a music major for a couple years, but then I had problems reading music, because in Nashville you don't read music. Nashville, everything's done by ear. And so I was a technology major. Ended up getting a bachelor's in technology, and so we would design things in AutoCAD, and then we would cut them out on a CNC router. So need to test fly mount soon. Fusion 360 is powerful. I work at a college, so I can get the educational version of SolidWorks. Oh, that's awesome, Brent. So are you a professor, or you just work at a college? What do you do? Midwest Drones, great show, Shawn. Gotta run. I'll be watching for your next stream. Thanks for hanging out, Midwest. It was a good time. I want to find out from Brent what he does. and then we're going to then we're going to turn the live stream off. Because I'm tired. I think last week I drank a Mountain Dew during this thing. I'm going to have to get some Red Bull stacked up or something. Get a cup of coffee. All right, Brent, you got 1 minute to answer my question. Software developer. Sweet. So do you teach software development, or are you a software developer for the college? I am a UX engineer. I used to be a UX designer, and so what my role is I translate designs into Bootstrap, CSS, and less for our developers to use, and we're building an application for healthcare. Is what I do, and it's a lot of fun because I have one of those minds that, you know, I'm a designer by trade, and I've been a designer for over 20 years, but I've always needed to know development skills to make my designs work and function. So I have one of those unique minds that is kind of a mid-ground between developer and designer. I'd probably say like 60% designer, 40% developer, overall creative person. But I told you guys I was going to let you go at 8:15, and it's 8:17 now. So I think I'm gonna say peace out, guys. Hope you guys, thank you guys for hanging out. I had a wonderful time chatting with you guys. Again, we won't be here next week at this time. I'm planning on doing another live stream next week, but I will keep you guys posted as to when I'm going to do that, because I don't think Tuesday night or Wednesday night will work next week. But hope you guys have a wonderful night. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Stay tuned for more videos. Not sure when I'm going to get another one out. This week's been a little crazy. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. Peace out.